This week we'll be learning Parshat Balak. The Dvar Torah is brought to you by Be There Israel and Or Chadash. So Parshat Balak is almost the whole Parsha is taken up with the story of how Balak employs Bilam, a prophet of the nations, in order to curse the Jews. The Jews are getting closer to the land of Israel. Balak is terrified of their approachment. And Bilam is known to have power in his mouth, power in his curse. And so he implores him to curse the Jews with the belief that his curse will be able to defeat the Jews. So almost the whole parsha is taken up with how Bilam wants to curse the Jews, but God prevents him from doing this. And then it says that Balak is furious at Bilam, and he goes his way and Bilam goes his way. But according to tradition, Bilam really didn't leave. And then we have one more incident in the parsha that we're told in the oral tradition was actually Bilam's idea. And it was basically, if we can't defeat Israel on our own devices, so we'll get them to sin and they will destroy themselves. And so we have in the end of the parsha an incident where women come and entice the men into what we would call in today's terms an orgy. And there's idol worship involved, and a plague breaks out. And the leaders of Israel, including Moshe, are absolutely frozen. They don't know what to do. The scene is out of hand. And then the Torah describes how Pinchas, the son of Eliezer, son of Aaron a Kohen, takes a romach in his hand, a spear, and kills one of the princes who is having relations with a princess of the enemy nation, and with that puts an end to the plague. So we're going to discuss today what is the significance of the spear that he took. It's called a romach. It's the only time in the Tanakh that this word appears. So it must be a very, very special word. The numerical value of romach is 248. And we're told, according to tradition, that we have 248 positive mitzvot and 365 prohibitive mitzvot. And why do we have 248 positive mitzvot? To correspond to the 248 limbs in the body. So one way of understanding, what does it mean he took a romach? Why does the Torah have to use this particular word? As we described, Moshe, entire leadership of Israel is frozen. They don't know what to do. And only Pinchas had the strength, the nerve. In last week's parsha, we learned about thinking outside of the box. So he acted, but he actually got Moshe's permission. And Pinchas didn't think that he would have to be the one. But Moshe said, since you remember what the halacha is in this particular case, then you must be the one to carry it out. So we can understand that for Pinchas to carry out this act, he had to put together all of his energy. He had to put together all 248 of his limbs to act in one unified manner. Now, someone could say, well, what's so special about that? But if you really think about it, how many times do any of us do anything with our whole being? Every day, after we say the Shema, the first verse of the paragraph afterwards is, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. How many times when we say that are we really saying it with our whole heart, our whole soul, and our whole might? So when we really think about it, it's actually very, very rare that a person is able to bring together all of their positive energy and forces, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and act in one consistent, direct manner. But that's what Pinchas did. He did something that no one else in Israel could do. And so it's interesting that we're told that the Shema itself has 248 words in it. And in fact, it really only has 245. And that's why if we're praying alone, people either, depending on the different customs, some add Kel Melech Ne'aman in the beginning, or if with a minyan, so the Shlech Tzibor repeats the 3 words at the end to make it 248. Because if we're saying you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, it's hinted to that the whole Shema is 248 words, and we should bring all of our forces together to do such a thing. Now, there's 2 other connections to 248. 248 is the gematria, the numerical value of Avraham. And we're told Avraham is the first Jew, is the first one who is able, with his whole being, to understand that there's one God. Intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, he was able to put it all together. And in fact, Abraham's name was really Avram until God added a hey, which brought the numerical value to 248, Avraham. So we see from all of this that there's incredible connections between the Romach of Pinchas, the 248 limbs of the body, the 248 positive mitzvot, the 248 words of Shema, Avraham, the first Jew, and being created in the image of God, B'Tselem Elokim. If one takes all of these connections and thinks about it deeply and meditates upon it, really, truly profound and amazing insights can be reached. I want to bless all of us that in all of our learning, that we take the time to meditate and contemplate that which we're learning in order to integrate it deeper within. Thanks for watching this Devar Torah. If you like what you heard, which I hope you did, please come to our YouTube station, our website, our Facebook, our blog, our Twitter, and take advantage of a plethora of Torah, of audio classes, videos, poetry, stories, music, word and gematria search. You'll find a lot there, and please share this with your friends. www.thetrugmans.com